Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a sheriff's office got fast results when asking for the identity of 3 suspects in a burglary case. And an eastern Kentucky county can now proudly call itself a recovery-ready community.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Madison Carmouche. We're coming up on 6:30 this Tuesday morning, and I want to send an apology to meteorologist Tim Jawbridge about my comments on the sprinkles being his fault. I think it's pretty much past, so we can put that past us and send it over to him for a look at the forecast this morning.
You're just disappointed it's not foggy outside, right, Madison? In the meantime, into the color mode we go, and, well, as soon as we say no fog, right? You look off in the distance, there is a little fog, but hey, nothing to really complain about, just like the sprinkles and the couple of showers. Hey, we had 3 straight days where it was completely dry. 61 outside our door right now here in Hazard, 62 at Irvin and in Middlesboro, 64 at Pikeville, and 68 to make way toward Ashland. The satellite radar composite showing the breaks in the clouds, a few radar returns as well. And again, not all of this is hitting the ground. High pressure reestablishes itself across the region. So if you're not a fan of rain and a few raindrops, guess what? You turn partly sunny for the middle of the second half of the day. So put the smile back on your face, and a forecast high in Hazard today up to 84. More about your ARH First Alert 7-day forecast in a few moments. And Madison, you never need to apologize, because you know what? It's weather, right? To you.
All right, Tim, thank you. 2 people drowned at Kentucky Lake this past weekend. Emergency crews were called to the Kentucky Dam Marina Sunday evening after 2 people jumped into the water and only 1 resurfaced. Crews used sonar to find the missing person, and divers recovered the body. This was the 2nd drowning on Kentucky Lake during the weekend. Saturday afternoon, crews recovered the body of a man who drowned after he was reported missing. A man indicted by a Pulaski County grand jury for a double murder of his own 2 relatives answered to the charges yesterday. Brandon Mullins is accused of killing Anthony and Dennis Mullins earlier this year. The crime happened in Eubank, and police say his victims were his father and uncle. He is also charged with tampering with physical evidence. Mullins' attorney entered a plea of not guilty yesterday morning. He has been held without any bond. A pretrial was set for October 10th. A Clay County man is facing charges after police learned he was a convicted felon while possessing a handgun. Clay County Sheriff's deputies received a call about a man walking on Ad Hollow Road Sunday. They say they were told a man was carrying a handgun and hitting himself in the head with it. Police later found Carlos Wagers walking on Kentucky 11. Wagers was taken to the Clay County Detention Center. Yesterday, the Rowan County Sheriff's Office took to Facebook asking the public to help identify 3 potential burglary suspects. Quickly, they say they got answers and even have the ID of one of the 3 suspects. Sheriff Matt Sparks says the 3 people were in the surveillance video, where it was time-stamped just after midnight on July 13th. That burglary happened at a home on Rice Road.
People are tired of being victim. They're tired of working every day, trying to pay for things they need for their family, only to go home and somebody's broke in and stole it while they were gone.
Sheriff Sparks says in both small and large communities alike, the images of the newer home surveillance cameras are providing a clearer picture than the pixelated cameras of the past. A Harlan County man is facing charges after he reportedly stole a vehicle. The incident happened last week when Harlan PD was dispatched to storage buildings at a mall. After a man told police that his vehicle was stolen, police obtained footage from a bank. From that footage, they noticed a man getting into the vehicle. Police later found the vehicle, which is where Eric Farmer was camping. He was taken to the Harlan County Detention Center. A former UK student accused in an assault on campus has pleaded guilty. According to court officials, Sophia Rosing pleaded guilty. She was previously indicted by a grand jury on 6 counts. As part of a plea deal, the assault third-degree charge against her was amended to assault fourth-degree minor injury. The incident happened in 2022 when videos showed Rosing in a dorm hitting and shouting racial slurs at a black student worker. In Wayne County, a man was flown to a hospital following a motorcycle crash. Officials with the Monticello Fire Department posted about the incident on Facebook. They say that crash happened on Cumberland Ridge Road Sunday. No word on his condition at this time. The Wayne County Sheriff's Office is investigating. In 2022, Governor Andy Beshear began the Recovery Ready Community Certification Program, and as of July 28th, Breathitt County has joined the ranks. The Recovery Ready program is designed to provide a measure of a county's efforts to combat substance abuse while providing the necessary facilities to help those in the community. While going through the application process, officials within Breathitt County were surprised by the amount of resources they had available.
It gives them a lot of opportunities to get the help that they need. It provides a lot of different resources. We live here and we're here every day, but when we started working on this application, we were actually surprised at how many resources and how many options were actually available in our community for our citizens.
Gaddis says they are now focusing on making other counties Recovery Ready certified. The Wolfe County Search and Rescue Team ventured out of the woods and onto the water for a day of training and team building. On Sunday, they were on Cave Run Lake, where they trained on boat operations, safety measures, and practiced using their side scan sonar. The dive team also conducted search and recovery exercises off the shoreline to depths of 30 feet. People are mourning the loss of a retired fire chief. Charlie Bell served as chief for the Vico Sassafras Volunteer Fire and Rescue for 40 years, 50 years total at the department. He died on Saturday. Later this afternoon at 1, Bell's funeral will take place at the Heineman Funeral Services Chapel. Firefighter Sandra Wooten says she worked alongside Bell for several years and says Bell also was there for members of the department.
Charlie was an easy person to work with. He never lost his temper, and he had the patience of Job. He was always good to us, and we enjoyed him. And he was always there to laugh with us and to cry with us.
Wooten says as chief, Bell made sure to stand by their side to help the community. An Eastern Kentucky firefighter is recovering after being injured battling a house fire. The Richland Fire Department was called to a car and house fire Sunday afternoon on Aquarius Drive in Knox County. Crews say a firefighter was hurt while putting out the mobile home fire. They were treated at the scene for minor injuries.
Good Tuesday to you. A quick weather update here at 6:37. A lot of clouds across eastern and southern Kentucky to start us off this morning. A few sprinkles, maybe a quick passing shower or two. Nothing to worry about. As we look back to the western northwest, high pressure ready to come back in and reestablish itself across the region as this disturbance ends up booting on out to the east. All right, the bus stop this morning. Right now, no sky report. Oh, we got to shake the weather computer. It is 61. The wind is calm. The risk of a shower sprinkle here over the next hour or two. That's pretty much it. We turn partly sunny and a forecast high this afternoon in Hazard up to 84. When does the humidity start to really come back? We'll let you know. It's been a great stretch. Your first alert, your ARH First Alert 7-day forecast coming up in a few moments. Madison?
All right, Tim, thank you. Buying a new home can be a daunting task, and in this economy, it seems out of reach. But if you're a military veteran, service member, or eligible family member, there are great programs out there to help. One of those is VA-backed home loan. In Consumer Watch, we talked to a mortgage professional about how to make that benefit work for you when you're looking for your dream home.
A great benefit for those who have served in the U.S. military is a VA home loan, but many either don't know the details or how to make it work for them. That's where doing your research and talking to the right professionals makes all the difference.
The very first thing I discuss with a VA home buyer is make sure they qualify.
Jeff Wittenbach is a military veteran who became a mortgage loan officer after retiring from the Navy. He focuses on VA loans and helping veterans achieve home ownership. There are many benefits for someone using a VA loan, including no down payment required for most borrowers, competitive interest rates, and it's a lifetime benefit. While most veterans will not need to have money for a down payment with this loan, you will definitely need cash to close.
So, the state of California, I estimate about 2 to 2.5% for closing costs to close the loan. So that will cover your title, insurance, and escrow compounds. Anything needed to close the loan.
Wittenbach recommends these tips for all his clients. Do your own research, shop your own interest rate, know the difference between origination and buying points, know your credit score, and always work with VA savvy professionals.
If you're thinking about buying, just to talk to a mortgage professional, go over your DTI requirements, go over your paperwork, check assets and income, and get a game plan in place.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Patrick Cornell.
There is a big misconception that these loans always come directly from the VA. Only a very small percentage are from the VA. The vast majority are from banks. This is why it is important to shop around with different lenders. Thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:40. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. The tension is in the Middle East as Israel braces for an attack the U.S. says could come as soon as this week with little to no warning.